morning, or good afternoon, or good evening in whatever place you are in right now. So for this video, I'm going to discuss how to prepare journal entries. Before moving on to this video, I'd like to remind those who are watching this, um, please watch my previous videos because you have to learn the previous lesson first before um, watching this video. So you have to learn what a debit is, what a credit is, what normal balances are, and I suggest that you also do the practices that I made in video form. I will place the links on those videos under this. So how do we prepare journal entries? I'm going to use the previous samples that I had in another video. So let's start with this one. Mr. Armstrong made an initial deposit of 500,000 pesos to ABC Bank as his initial capital to his business. The name of the business is Strong Arms. Now, name the two accounts involved in this transaction. Of course, if there is a deposit, it involves cash in bank. And since it's his initial capital, we would name the other account as Armstrong Capital. Now, next thing you have to think about is which of these accounts will you put on the debit or on the credit? So which of the two accounts will have a record of 500,000 on its debit side? It's the cash in bank account. You have to note that both of these accounts increases in their balances. The normal balance of cash in bank is debit, and the normal balance of the capital account is credit. So, since the cash increases, you have to debit cash in bank, and since the capital account also increases, you have to credit capital account. Allow me to make it clear so you won't be confused. Mr. Armstrong is separate and distinct from the bank, and the bank is separate and distinct from Mr. Armstrong's company. So when Mr. Armstrong deposits the cash under cash in bank under the name of his company, Strong Arms, who owns the cash now? Is it Mr. Armstrong? No. Is it the bank? No, the bank is just the keeper of the cash. Who owns the cash? It's the company of Mr. Armstrong, which is Strong Arms. Again, Mr. Armstrong has a separate and distinct personality from his business. Now, going back to our topic, how do we prepare journal entries for the transaction that we just discussed? There are the following columns when you prepare the journal entry. You have the date, and then the account name, the debit, and the credit column. Next, you write what year is it. So you write on the date column the year 2023. You write the month and the date, so November 28th, for example. And then you write the account name on the debit, that is cash in bank, the amount on the debit, 500,000, the credit account, Armstrong Capital, and the amount for the credit, 500,000. And then you write the explanation at the bottom to record initial capital of Mr. Cruz. Now, if you're going to make another journal entry, you skip one space and then write the day on the next line. If it's November 29, then you simply write 29 only. And then the account name for the next journal entry, the amount debited, and then the account for the credit, and then the amount for the credit. And of course, you have to have to write an explanation after that. Let's take another transaction. Mr. Armstrong withdrew for personal use an amount of 5,000 pesos from his business account from ABC Bank. Identify first the accounts involved in this transaction. So what are the accounts involved in this transaction? Those accounts are the cash in bank that he withdrew and Armstrong drawing representing what he withdrew from his own capital. So how do we record the journal entry for this one? Okay, we write the date, November 29, the account name that is on the debit. It is the Armstrong drawing, since it's the one that is increased by this transaction when you withdraw for personal use. Now, what was decreased in this transaction? It is the cash in bank. So, you record cash in bank on the credit side. Okay, so write the debit amount, 5,000, and the credit amount, 5,000. Okay, and the explanation, the record personal drawing made by Mr. Armstrong. Alright, so that will be all for now. Watch out for my next video. I'm going to be posting practices on this topic, journal entries, soon. And I'm going to also prepare a video for the next lesson, which is the posting of the entries made from the journal entries. Alright, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day.